Alright,
This is an
everyone,
RC
let's
car.
go. Another reaction
And this
video.
is a racing simulator.
This is going to be a really
Let's
interesting
put them
one.
together
So let's
and
get
learn some
into
things
it.
along the way.
This is going to be cool. It's a, they're using a racing simulator, like you play video games on, and they're going to use it to control an RC car. So this should be cool. This is right up my alley and stuff I like to see and things I would like to build myself. So this is really cool. I love cool builds and different things. So let's check this out and see how they made this work. I love ingenuity.
This is an RC car. And this is a racing simulator. Let's put them together and learn some things along the way.
Lots of ones and zeros. I hate programming.
I
I love building,
things.
no
So
programming.
when I get a new idea in my head, I have to make it come to life. Or at least try, until my workbench becomes a heap of tools, prototypes, and electronics, and eventually I forget what I was doing.
Cool. Hello.
Like most nerds, growing up I spent time with my friends tinkering on radio-controlled vehicles. We loved racing, hitting jumps, drifting, and crashing. There were never any real consequences, other than a few bits of broken plastic. We were building, breaking, and fixing endlessly. Unfortunately, the hobby followed me into adulthood. Another unfortunate hobby I picked up along the way was sim racing. Again, all of the fun, but none of the consequences. Well, still the financial.
Hey, I have a little cousin and he loves to crash things and fix things and build things and yeah, he does a lot of that stuff. And I really think one day he's gonna be building stuff like this and being an engineer. He has to start by breaking things and fixing things now. And when he gets older, he might really be doing something wild like this. I can't wait to see where everything takes him because he's pretty cool and he loves cars and stuff just like I do. So we'll see what happens.
But none of the physical ones.
So expensive.
Turns out the algorithm knows me well. It showed me an Austrian company that developed a system that allows you to drive an RC car with a racing simulator.
Really?
I'll put a link below. Not living.
So you could build a racing simulator and you could use them to do the programming. That's really cool.
Anywhere near Austria, and being the overly ambitious person that I am, I set out to do it myself. How hard could it be?
Oh no, he has to program.
After opening up an old wheelbase, I saw it was using an encoder to get the wheel position. Trying to avoid writing any software, I decided to couple a potentiometer to the drive
technical.
mechanism, allowing me to knock out the
potentiometer?
steering input with only 3 solder joints. Thinking I'm a genius at this point, I did the same thing with the pedals. Or pedal. This is where things get interesting. The transmitter wanted to see a single potentiometer used for both throttle and brake.
I don't know what he's
But
talking
the
about.
pedals had one for either input. I thought I could rewire my brain and drive with a single pedal, meaning off throttle I get full brakes, 50% throttle is neutral, and 100% throttle is full gas. Genius, I was not. It was bad, bordering on I shouldn't pursue this bad.
I'm impressed
But then I
that
thought,
works.
Maybe I can just write a tiny little Arduino sketch to help with the pedal problem.
Oh, don't know
If
math.
the Arduino takes the potentiometer values from both pedals, processes it, and spits out the kind.
I know I said I like building things, but I'm more into like Legos or something where, you get a set of directions and that's what you do. All this math and potentiometers and all this stuff, I get so confused. I'm impressed. Wait, what am I doing to my camera? Okay. See, I can't even operate my camera
Signal
right.
that the transmitter wants, I'll be done, right? Nope. Digital outputs. The PWM throttle signal sent by the Arduino gave my servos a bad case of the jitters. I had to smooth the signal. So I tried a couple RC filter circuits. They did smooth it, but it came at the cost of response time. I didn't want an RC car with a similar power to weight ratio as an LMP1 car to steer like a Peterbilt. To make matters worse, the steering sucked too.
You know, it's a
Coupling a
good PlayStation
potentiometer
steering
to the
wheel.
drive meant I couldn't power on the base, leading to a limp, playground pirate ship wheel feeling. So I moved on. In more ways than one.
He's doing this with a gas-powered RC car. I would do it with an electric one, but it's up to him. I think it'd be easier with the electric car because there's less moving parts, and it's what everyone wants to do, but that's crazy.
I had to do the smoothing with digital to analog converters. They would give me the dead flat signal I wanted with real-time response. Since I was delving into more complicated electronics, I decided to let software do the heavy lifting. I thought if I capture the simulator inputs with Python, then send them over serial to the Arduino, I would not only have full control over the steering feel and response, I could give myself endless opportunities to expand the project in the future.
Basically speaking Chinese.
So I wrote a script. Starting simple, I only looked at the steering, throttle, and brake inputs. I adapted my Arduino sketch to handle the new values and got to testing.
I don't miss programming when I took technology classes. I was more about the design. Not bad.
It worked great. Liking where I was at, I designed a breakout board for the Arduino and DAX.
Wow.
But
I
now there
couldn't
was
do
a new
any of that.
elephant in the room. It's really hard to drive if you can't see where you are or where you're going. I needed FPV.
Yeah, it's working now.
So I got to designing a pan-tilt camera system and video transmitter mount.
This keeps getting more and more complicated.
I 3D scanned the top brace and remodeled it with mounting provisions for the video system.
I want a 3D printer real bad.
Then I got to printing. By the time the PCBs arrived, I had
I can't believe the amount of work he's putting into this. You know, I guess I always wonder why people do this, and it's because they can. And there might be systems for driving these cars like this one day. This is pretty cool what he's doing. He's doing it all himself and from scratch. Yeah, it's just... We need more tinkerers and more thinkers and stuff out there. We don't need all this AI stuff thinking for us. We need more people to think on their own.
working to the point where I could drop the components in and go. So I went. Sideways into the wall. Multiple times.
The camera needs to be wider.
This little thing rips too hard for my small space, so I toned it down by adding a neat feature thanks to the Python integration. Simulated gears with paddle shifting.
Wow, he has gears in it now.
I can limit the throttle position based on button presses, and I can control how quickly it gets to the maximum voltage allowed by that quote-unquote gear it's in.
That's crazy. Six speeds. That's insane.
I've also mapped the handbrake, so if I ever get a car with that functionality, like an ARMA infraction, it'll be plug and play. As I alluded to earlier, there are endless possibilities.
Planes.
I've modified the transmitter so that every button and switch is controlled by the simulator. Wheelbase, pedals, HOTAS, doesn't matter.
This is
if it has an
impressive.
axis or a button, I can get the position and map it to the transmitter. The script and Arduino sketches are heavily reliant on my setup. Device names and COM ports all have to shake hands before it reads any inputs.
Needs to do it fast.
That's the downside. I can't release this as is because your setup likely isn't the same as mine. If there's a lot of interest, I might revisit the scripts and sketches, or I can go into a deep dive into the hardware and software so that you can build it yourself. If you've made it to this point, you're a nerd like me, and you may be curious about some things on the car that I didn't explain, like the third antenna and that thing in front of the camera. These are the next steps. Because what's a simulator without movement, right? How hard could it be? Doing projects like these isn't just about making something cool.
Really?
It's about the mistakes you make, the problems you solve, and the unexpected lessons along the way. If you've ever wanted to build something that seems silly or borderline impossible, just go for it. You might surprise yourself with what you can figure out. Congratulations, you made it to the end of my rambling about childhood hobbies and stupid technical stuff. Now I want to hear what you have to say. Leave a comment, tell me about your projects, or what you want to see. People always say like, share, and subscribe because it helps them out. I'm new to this, I don't know what that means yet. But if you did like it, leave a thumbs up. If you have nerd friends that will want to see this, share it. And if you want more, subscribe.
Oh, hang on. That's insane. Really cool. He's got the driving down pretty good too. It's not perfect, but he's getting it. You're gonna jump it now. Woo! I love RC cars. They're just so much fun. Anyway, that was really cool. This channel is fairly new. It has 7,800 subscribers. It's called Bits. And my channel's not a substitute for anyone's content. So go over to his channel. It sounds like he's going to be doing a lot more stuff like this. And I want to watch some more of it, so it sounds pretty cool. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you for watching.